Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I'm going to get the chat turned on. Bear with me. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How you doing? How'd your week go? Hello. It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Travis. Weight loss coach, Travis. Hey, Kimberly. Hey, Lisa. Hey, everybody. Hello. I love it, Sherry. Perfect day every day. Love it. Hello, Facebook. We got a few people with us on Facebook. Welcome. We're glad that you're with us. Rhonda McDonald, down 2 more pounds after Halo Ice Cream Challenge. Yeah, go ahead. We'll get to your question. Shanda, hello, my friend. How are you? Lisa, Sheila, hello. Welcome. Come on in, everybody. Hey, Karen. Can everybody hear me okay? Make sure I don't sound like a robot. Hey, Patricia Hurt. Good Lord, girl. I am missing you so much. You don't know how much you miss somebody until they're not around. You know, I know you're around, but you and I are not traveling in the same spaces. I sure do miss you, you fiery redhead. Hello, everybody. My brother Charles Grant hit 100 pounds down this morning. How about that? We're going to mention that again here in a moment. Recognition. Charles has worked so hard. So proud of him. Just slaying this thing. He's like a whole different man. Every time I get a text from him, it was like used to, no offense, it was like getting a text from Eeyore. And then now it's like getting a text from Rocky himself. So proud of you, Brother Charles. You show that attitude determines altitude. Rhonda McDonald, can I do a line day today? I feel dizzy. Did PT this morning and still dizzy. 15,750 steps and just 500 calories. Well, that's why you're dizzy, my friend. Don't try to rush the process. It's okay to do what you did. But first of all, Rhonda, I want you to write a couple of things down. Let me know when you're ready so that we can fix this. Wrangler, down 1.8 pounds. Way to go. All right. Karen got to stretch a minute. We'll have a class Saturday with that stretch a minute. So join in or watch the recording. Thank you for picking one up. We're running out of them once we don't think. You never know. Things might change with supply issues, but we were told that we would never be able to manufacture another stretch a minute. We have exclusive rights to that amazing thing that I've been toting around with me everywhere for a long time. And I'm glad you picked one up. When we're out, we'll be out. So we're told. And that was kind of heartbreaking. We worked hard to get the exclusivity on that. And then COVID and the state of our economy and supply chains, we're told that we won't be able to get any more at a reasonable price. All right, Rhonda, I'll do introductions after I answer Rhonda's question. Now, Rhonda, I may be way off base. If I remember right, you did Halo Top Challenge yesterday. You only had the Halo Top ice cream. That would have controlled your insulin, but that left you in a significant calorie deficit. And if I remember, you weren't trying to rush the weight loss process. You just weren't hungry, but now you're paying for it today. So you really need to get those calories up and get some protein. Halo Top has enough protein to neutralize the insulin load because it's low in calorie if we go with the right serving. You did end the day in a significant calorie deficit. You did control insulin. You are burning fat. So we don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction here and then have a calorie surplus and ruin the results that you had. So you need to moderately elevate those calories, but only with protein and good fats like either MCT oil or ghee butter. So I'd like to see you get those calories up to 1,000 today. If you'll get them up to 1,000, and you don't increase your carbohydrate, you'll still see a weight loss on the scale. Now, you could increase your carbohydrate in the right combination and still lose fat, but because you're so carb depleted right now, you would show a weight gain, and you would be upset by that. You shouldn't be, but mentally you probably would. It would just be a mental thing, because you would still be losing body fat because you would be in a calorie deficit and controlling insulin. But the carbs, you're depleted right now, and your body's looking for carbohydrate. Your body's going, give me carbs, give me carbs. So yeah, so you definitely, you could do scramble. I see that. You could do scrambled eggs and 3 strips of bacon. Are you wanting to do a lion day or a Shibboleth approved day of some other type? So if you do a lion day, you can have whole eggs and you can have real bacon. You can't have real bacon on regular Shibboleth, but if you follow the lion day rules, you can have regular bacon, full fat bacon, and eggs. That's going to get you some protein. That's going to get you some fat, but we're going to have to do something about these dizzy spells. So what I would suggest is one of the following: 1 serving of bio coffee. Then it wouldn't be a lion day, but it would be close to a lion day. But we got to do something. So let me think this through again and give you some way of doing this. Let's try this, and it would still be a lion day. Can you try some pickle juice for me? Some pickle juice, and can you try water with a pinch of Himalayan salt? Yeah, we got to make sure that your electrolytes are managed, because you're really depleted right now. Okay. Now, what would probably be better is a serving of Advocare Rehydrate, but I don't know if you got that on hand. That would fix that. Or what I already mentioned, a serving of bio coffee. But we got to do something about these dizzy spells. It's your body trying to shift further into fat burning, because you're carb depleted and your body's used to burning carbohydrate, and it's looking for the carbs and having a hard time finding them because you're not consuming them. So it's going to start shifting and looking for fat as an energy source very soon. So stay with the protocol, but maybe if you want to have a lion day, a pinch of Himalayan salt in water, about 16 ounces of water, and about a 1/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan salt. And if you have Advocare Rehydrate, that would be good, but I see you don't have any. Pickle juice, just something to make sure your electrolytes are okay. That worries me with you having dizzy spells. Don't rush the weight loss process. Now that yesterday you weren't hungry and you ate so few calories, that's okay. You weren't trying to rush the weight loss process. You just weren't hungry. But today we need to get those calories up, and I think you'll feel better. Let me do introductions real quick, because we always have a couple of new people. My name's Travis. I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. We have 3 types of members here that have also done well: free community members, our lifetime members, and our partners. We cannot do what we do without our lifetime members and partners. So if you're a free community member, we're going to love you, support you. If you never give us 1 penny, we're going to love you like you paid $1,000. We're going to help you like you paid $1,000. But I hope you'll pray about becoming a real member, you are a real member, but a real part of our ministry, and make it your ministry too, because we can't do what we do. We're trying to be different and not make it all about money. And we still have to engage on a daily basis with thousands of people. And we need our support team, because support is vital. It may be more important than the nutrition education that I teach. Support is vital to behavioral modification. So we hope you'll consider that. We had a new partner yesterday. Had a partner, Bernice. Thank you, Bernice Miller. Thank you so much. We probably kin somehow. Millers are in my family too. But Bernice Miller, good to have you, and appreciate you being a partner. Daily weight loss yesterday, our members, the ones that weighed in, lost an average of 1.42 pounds in a day. Total weight loss was another 85.4 pounds. Great job. 3 10-pound badges earned: Tabitha Flickinger, Ashley Warnix, Laura Sangster. Congratulations. And then we had Terry Swanson, had 21 perfect days in a row. That's the fewest badges we've had earned in a while. We're seeing very much a lot of people falling away again. And if there's something that we're doing wrong over here on our end, let us know so that we can provide the tools and resources that people need. We're seeing some huge drops, and we suspect it's because Facebook. We were notified again that we've got some more points against us, and we can't even share some things in our own groups now. So I suspect we're out of sight, out of mind. It's not that we're doing anything wrong, but if you all are here and within the sound of my voice and you feel like you're not getting the help that you deserve and need, we won't get mad if you tell us. We hope you'll do it privately rather than publicly, but let us know what else that we can provide that would keep you more engaged and more excited about the weight loss journey. We've seen this has been a week of a falling away. We had so many people doing so great, and then this week a big falling away. So let's pray for those that were doing so good and have fallen away, because the program still works great. So let's just pray for everybody that gets distracted and hope that they come back. But I'm glad right now for all of you being here. So glad that you're here. All right, let's take a look at questions. This is a Q&A session. If you're brand new here, I don't know how much you'll get out of this. You might pick up little tidbits here and there that might help you, but this is a lifestyle, not a diet. And it is these sessions, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., these support sessions, you'll get more out of if you've earned your fast track badge. If you don't know how to do that, just ask and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. Everybody should start with the right foundation, and that is our fast track videos. And you take the test, earn the fast track badge, and statistically speaking, you'll lose a lot more weight than those that do not go through the process the right way. So let us know if you don't know how to find those fast track videos. Then you'll get so much more out of these live sessions. Hey, thank you, Hannah. Yeah, that's one of my favorite sayings. Shibby-doo, decide, do, and it's done. That's one of my favorite too. Oh, and Charles, I forgot to mention, now that everybody's in the classroom, Charles didn't show up on my report yet. I think there's like a 24-hour delay. But Charles Grant, who's worked really hard, has just earned his 100-pound badge. I hope y'all let him hear it. That's a huge thing. Good job, Charles. I mean, that's a lot of work, a lot of effort, but I know that it's been worth it. Judy loves her stretch a minute. Good deal. I love mine too. Glad that you're liking it. Tabitha, doing the bio coffee number 8 wow today after a holiday at the ballpark last night. That's got me up 9 pounds, not even sweating it. I love the lifestyle. Looking forward to Travis Spaghetti. Let's talk about Tabitha's situation. She understands it, but that might have been shocking to some of you who are new. Now, Tabitha, I forget your number of weight, but I know it's a significant amount of weight. And like me, Tabitha had a significant amount to lose, and she did lose it. Anytime we've had a significant amount of weight loss, if we go off the program, if we have a holiday, then one holiday can cause us to fluctuate anywhere between 4 and 10 pounds. But the great news is, with 1 or 2 days back on the program, that's gone, because all it was water and sugar fluctuation. So let me ask y'all this to help reverse engineer this problem. How many calories are stored in a pound of fat? 3,500. 3,500. Y'all might want to write some of this down. 3,500. So we have to be in a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories over the course of a few days, because you can't do that in one day, to lose 1 pound of pure fat. Now, so somebody do this math. what Tabitha gained should not discourage anyone or her because it wasn't fat. Well, how can I prove it wasn't fat? Let me show you. So if it holds true that we must be in a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories to lose a pound, it would hold true that we'd have to overeat by 3,500 calories to gain a pound. Can somebody do this math for me? I think maybe Sally just did it. 9 times 3,500. Okay, y'all did that for me. So it's 31,500 calories. Did Tabitha have a surplus of calories by 31,500 calories? No way. So don't get discouraged and really go off the grid and then really start raking in the calories for real and gain fat back. She only put on the extra weight of water, glycogen, and waste that comes off so easy with 1 to 2 perfect days back on the plan. So good job, Tabitha, and I hope that makes sense to y'all. Now, how could she avoid that and still enjoy a challah meal or a holiday? You want to stay, if you're having a holiday, but yet those scales going up freaks you out. If you want to really manage that scale weight, then here's all you have to do. Take your ideal weight times 8. And even on your holiday, even though you caused the fat bus to come, don't go over that number. Does that make sense, everyone? Yes, and Advocare Carb-Ease and Fibotrim will help. But if we don't go over our ideal weight times 8, even on a holiday, we might gain a pound, if that, and we actually will lose a little fat and a little muscle. But that's okay, because that's going to happen. But then we can get right back on the program with perfect days and start preserving muscles and start getting the fat off again. I hope that makes sense. That ought to be a mental checkpoint for you. That's how I do it today. Because if I could gain like Tabitha, I could put on 10 to 12 pounds in one huge holiday, like a vacation type day. I could put on 10 to 12 pounds because I used to be so big, and I have a bigger sponge. I have all those dormant fat cells. But I've learned over time on my holiday, like I'll fast all day if we're going on date night and I don't want to have a perfect meal or a perfect day. I'll fast during the day, and I might have a big old 1,000-calorie meal for dinner, but I stay under my ideal weight times 8, and I don't ever miss a beat. And you won't either if you'll do that. Now, you're not losing fat, so don't get hooked on that calorie counting. That's the mistake everybody makes. What's the more important rule to fat loss? Is it calorie counting, calorie deficit, or is it something else? You could say the timing chart. Yeah, food combinations, because of why? Pamela Dean said it, insulin control. Insulin is a growth hormone, a fat storage hormone, and if you provoke it, you're in a fat mode. And here's what happens. Listen, this is very important. Just because you provoke an insulin response doesn't mean that you're going to gain fat. You still have to be in a calorie surplus. But insulin is like a big old syringe. Think about a big syringe. And what happens is everything you consume, because you went into a growth mode, that insulin's sucking it all up like a syringe. So the minute that you have a surplus in calories, that insulin catches it and drives it into your available fat cells. So I hope that makes sense. Now, when people ask for advanced classes, I want you to know, y'all start off with advanced classes. Have y'all ever been a part of another weight loss program where they talk about food combinations and the thermic effect of food? No. So I know you haven't, not at the level that we do. So those of you that I've heard from some lately that, hey, can we move on and talk about something more advanced? Let's be careful with saying that, because this is advanced information that you're adopting and utilizing. Can we come up with more advanced stuff to fascinate you and keep you enjoying the newness of it? Sure. but don't lose the fundamentals. Nicole, I do have a question. I have been told about a program. It's called Octavia that wants you to eat 5 fuelings and then 1 lean and green meal. You have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. These folks are losing weight quickly, like 40 to 60 pounds in 6 months. I said all that to ask this. Can you explain why on Planet Shibboleth you eat 3 times a day? I'm the prodigal daughter. So the thing is, Nicole, can I be respectful, but tell you the truth? You've never stuck to this program for 6 months. Honestly, my sweet friend. And I understand why. If the weight isn't coming off fast enough, based upon your definition of fast, now I'm talking to everybody, then you look for other things. What I would suggest from an honest heart is you go try that program, because I'm not here to bash programs. I'm not here to do that. I have my philosophies and my beliefs. I quit studying other programs a long time ago because this is what works for me. I am going to speak to that about 3 meals versus many meals. But what I would ask, do you know anybody personally at Octavia that does the Octavia program as a lifestyle? Let me ask you that first. Do you know anybody personally that has lost weight with Octavia and they was able to keep it off? Okay, so what I would do, and I mean this, I'm here to help people lose weight. You got to go get all that out of your system, or you will never be satisfied with our program. I have found that the only people satisfied with Shibboleth are those who have tried everything and then they want a home. They want a way of living and eating that's practical, sustainable, and fun, based on science, where they don't have to buy a bunch of stuff. That's what I have found, who I found my audience that's happy with Shibboleth is. But I do spend a ton of time every week answering questions about other programs, and I'm really not interested because other than to go over that you asked, until you try this program the right way without looking at those scales, Nicole, you're not going to be happy with this program. I would suggest go to Octavia. If I can be a resource for motivation, then I want to be that for you even while you're doing Octavia. But I would go do that. You've got to exhaust all possibilities before you will make Shibboleth your home. Grocery store food, combine the right way with your daily disciplines. Go to, I mean this, I'm not trying to be mean, y'all. Go to Octavia, because what Travis wants for you is for you to lose weight. We don't, it ain't about money to us. We don't make any money. We have to find other ways to pay our bills. And Shibboleth is our heart. It's our passion. And we do raise a little money to keep this thing going. But because of that, I can finally just tell you the truth with a free program like we have. Whatever helps you lose weight, that's what I'm all about, is you being healthy. I celebrated with somebody the other day. They said that they went to Weight Watchers and they were happier and they lost all the weight, but they sure missed the Shibboleth family, just not the Shibboleth program. And I said, God bless you. I'm so happy for you. So I don't mean to go on and on about that, but I would go try that and get it out of your system, because here's what Shibboleth requires to be successful. And it may not be something that you can make a lifestyle. Number one, you have to drink your water every day. You don't have to go buy any. You can get it right out of the tap. Number two, you have to journal. And Nicole, I'm not just fussing at you, I'm fussing at this entire group. Most of the people here are not journaling. And I remember working together some, and you're a very bright individual, a highly motivated, successful person, but you won't journal. So without journaling, I feel like you're not going to have the accountability tool that you need. Now, maybe with Octavia, you might lose weight more rapidly, and it would incentivize you to journal, because I know they're probably going to preach that too. Food combinations, I'll bet you that their food helps control insulin too. We've got to eat in the right food combinations, but my audience I like to talk to them about things I don't make money off of. Now, I'll go look at their thing to see, are they selling anything, or is it just education? I don't know, you see. So if going and buying grocery store foods combined the right way is not the right thing for you, I understand that, but we have to do that. We have to have insulin control at the family style restaurant, the fast food restaurant, at our home, at Granny's, and we've got to have that education where we're willing to skip the potato with steak. If we want the potato, we have to put it with chicken. Now, to go further, we also have to earn, and I'm getting to your point, actually, the real question. We have to have portions. So we have to have our daily portions, our daily rations, and we also have to have our eating episode ration, eating off a 6 to 8 inch plate or a portion controlled dish like so. We have to do that. And then we should not really eat more than 3 eating episodes per day. Now, my philosophy on that's going to be much different than theirs. I am wholeheartedly against eating more than 3 times a day unless one is having a moment of mental weakness. Because when you're eating all day like that, you're never even allowing your food to go through the proper phases of digestion. It takes 12 to 36 hours to go through the 4 phases of digestion, depending on what you ate. So if you're eating more than 3 times a day, there is no way that you give your digestive system a break and allow it to recover. That's akin to, it's good to go to the gym and work out for 1 hour. It would not be good to go to the gym and work out for 8 hours. The same thing here. If you're feeding your digestive system constantly all day long, blood flow to the digestive system, then you go to bed and you've got 2 or 3 preceding meals before bed that still hasn't even got in to the 3rd phase of digestion. Now you can't recover at night. Your immune system's going to break down. But if they're helping people lose 60 pounds, let me see what you said up there. I think you said that was pretty amazing. Good for them. That's what we love to hear. And if it works that well, I'll go with you. I will. So let me look. I got to find it again. I can't find it now. I want to find it though. I can't find it now. What did you say they were losing? Nicole, though, what did you say they were losing? Eating 5 and 6 times a day. And what they're doing is trying to build the metabolism through constant feedings. Okay. Let me tell you all about Octavia. Are you ready, Nicole? I said I wasn't going to look, but I did. Can I tell you about it? We have the same products. So I've got a book. Now watch. If you want to do it, I'll give you those results. Stay with me. We've got a book over here. It's called Robards. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Look, this ain't my first rodeo, folks. I've got a book over here in my closet. If you don't believe me, I'll go get it out. It's called the Robards Guidelines for Running a Weight Loss Program, Weight Loss Clinic. And in that book, they say to eat 5 to 7 times a day. Very small meals that are protein laden that control insulin. These meals are going to be very, very low calorie because that's the only way you're going to eat that many times and stay in a calorie deficit. Y'all stay with me though. This is good for everybody, Nicole. We might unpack a lot here. If y'all want me to, I'll have a class. I just looked at their products that they're selling. So see these products here in this picture? Does everybody see this? Everybody see these products? This little bar and this little shake here and this little brownie. We have access to every single one of those products. And if you see this little bowl of goodies right here, if you go to the Shibby shop, you'll see them. This little bar, all this is like a Shibboleth bar. We buy some of them. They're very low calorie. They're very high in protein, and you can literally graze your way to success. You can graze your way to success. And what the Robards program and all this is they've taken Robards is the largest company out there that teaches people how to run a weight management program and how to sell high protein goodies and make money while they're running their weight management program. And what they do is try to get you to consume, guarantee you, they try to get you to consume many of these protein supplements throughout the day, but eat at least one solid whole food meal. But you're eating all day, small meals, and you're eating all day, you're going to control insulin, and you're going to lose weight rapidly until you can't live that way any longer. Now, again, this wasn't to just Nicole. This was to everybody. But if anybody wants me to put them on the Octavia program, I will put you on the Octavia program. I can get you access to the soups. We have them. The high, Healthwise is not the company. They get all of that stuff from Robards. Robards private labels for all these people. It comes off the same conveyor belt. So they add, like some clinics, they add in weight management, or you get on the scale. They've been trying to get us to run a weight loss clinic like that for the last 15 years because of our client base is so large. And they send us, y'all, they literally send us projections of our income, and our income would go up 4 times if I would just teach and preach that. 5 to 6 meals a day. What happens if you eat, if 3 to 4 of your 6 meals a day, if three to 4, maybe 5 of them a day, it are all protein things that you buy from us. You consume more, right? And if you consume more, you buy more. If anybody wants to do that, then I will put you on it in a very healthy way, a healthy fashion, and you can do that, and you will drop a ton of weight. As soon as you quit doing that and eating those supplements that aren't too tasty, the first time, listen, let me tell you what's going to happen. If I send you a sample, if you don't believe me, anybody, I'll send you some. I'll have to get shipping because I ain't got no money. You have to pay shipping. I can get all the samples you need, and when you bite into it, it's good. But then the aftertaste comes. It has a terrible aftertaste, and it builds up. It has a terrible, nasty, commercialized aftertaste. When you start doing that 2-3 days in a row, it begins to be tedious. And the only reason you'll continue is because you're losing weight so fast. But here's the main reason I don't want to see people go to something like that. It is not healthy to graze all day, even if you have no weight to lose. If you have 0 weight to lose, 0, it is not healthy to graze all day. Even high-performing athletes, bodybuilders that must maintain their muscle through grazing all day, they end up having a weakened immune system because they never have time to recover from the food that they eat. When we eat food, it's very taxing. It's taxing, and we need time to recover from that. I didn't mean to go on a rant, and I want y'all to know, because y'all might not know my heart, I love Nicole Redmond, and she's been so good to us. She's an achiever. It's just one area of life, like so many of us. I guarantee you, she's so spent on everything else that this is the part that she has to put last, herself. And then we get desperate and look for these fixes. Nicole Redmond, if I could get you with your personality and your drive to stick to Shibboleth, yes, it sounds like a lot, but 6 months, it would totally revolutionize and change your life. If you would just put your head down, I'm talking to everybody, put your head down, quit looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. Just put your head down and do the work for 6 months like you have no choice. And you would totally transform and change your life. And here's the difference. You won't lose all that weight and then quit the supplements and gain the weight back. You'll be eating stuff that you ate the whole time to lose the weight. I'm sorry, I'm off my rant. We lose members every day to commercialized programs, and 9 times out of 10, they're Nutrisystem. Y'all know Nutrisystem? They're Nutrisystem. Nutrisystem and Octavia type programs. There's a gazillion of them. All those products come from Robards. If you look up Robards, you'll go look up Robards. They don't sell to the public. They sell to people like me. They beg us. I got stacks of their manuals over here. They sat down with me a few years ago, and I almost did it because we needed the money. Let's just have a version of that program, because our income projections went through the roof because we'd have so many people buying these bars and soups and chips and snackies. But I don't know that I'd sleep good at night. Nicole, by the way, I hate to keep harping, a good place to start back, if you ever get ready to do that, would be one of the new 4-week programs. And once they go through this 2 groups right now, once they go through the 4 weeks, then it's going to go right into intermediate group for them. And it's going to be awesome. So hope you'll consider, because Sasha and I love you. You're so sweet and kind. We want to see you be successful. Pamela Dean, so for Top Gun, are the intermediate players competing against the advanced ones? Nobody's competing really, but yes, this go around, to simplify it for us and our small-handed team, everybody's the same. Everybody's going to vie for the top 10 together. You're probably right. It would have been good to have 3 different groups, but we would have a hard time managing it because our staff right now has gotten down pretty small. So yeah, technically you're competing with everybody. I might have missed some questions. I'm trying to catch questions that I missed. If I miss one, it's not on purpose. How much protein should I get daily on the Top Gun challenge, Nadine? This challenge, we didn't want you focusing on that, because if you earn your meals, you're going to get enough protein. But if you really want that number for you, I don't know what your lean body weight is. You're saying you weigh 155. You don't need to feed 155. I would suggest, I'm just guessing, like if we had no fat on the body, not even essential fat, because you don't feed fat with protein, you feed muscle, bone, ligament, tendon. So I would say you probably need to get 50 to 60 grams minimally a day if you need that number. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Andy said, I did Octavia. I lost a lot of weight fast, but it wasn't maintainable for me. I know others it has worked for, but you have to keep spending money. Yeah, that's. And if you can live a lifestyle off those bars and things, I guess it would work and you keep it off. Tressa, I'm down 84 pounds in 7 months. That's pretty darn fast, girl. You're right. That's a good gracious, Tressa. where you been? I need to get caught up with you. That's 12 pounds a month. That's fantastic. I love that attitude too. That's fast. Most people say that's slow, and it breaks my heart because that is lightning speed. 12 pounds a month is incredible. Great job. Joni says, we have so many people that did Octavia that now want to eat real food and not spend much money. They are amazed by how much quicker the weight comes off with Shibboleth, if done right. And Joni, I appreciate you saying that because, look, I pick on my own mama because until my mama started doing it all, she was a calorie counter. She tried to do a little of our program. And what happens if you think, oh, okay, well, I know this from another program and that from another program and this from Travis's program. So I think my day was close enough to perfect. That's going to be slow weight loss. But if you do all of the program, you do it right, you follow the actual definitions of a perfect day, yeah, it's fast weight loss. Correct, Wanda. Foundation, nutrition foundation is absolutely important. Sally Clock, 65 pounds in 7 months. Hey, Nicole, I'm just curious. Does those numbers sound fast or slow to you? 65, and now Sally done the program exactly the way it's laid out. So did Tressa. Do their numbers seem fast or slow? 65 pounds in 7 months, 84 in 7 months. Judy Renshaw came back. I'm glad you did, Judy. Stephanie, 62 pounds in less than 5 months. She says, I did Octavia. It's expensive. I've had much better results with Shibboleth. I lost 62 pounds in less than 5 months on Shibboleth. Great job. And you'll gain it back with Shibboleth too, everybody. I'm not saying you won't gain it back with Shibboleth. We've got as many people that gain it back as any other program because they quit doing the program. That's what happens. That's why it's so important to find a practical, sustainable, for life way of living. So if you whatever you're doing to lose weight, drugs, supplements, Shibboleth, Octavia, Weight Watchers, if you can't live that way the rest of your life, abandon ship. 4 months for Shauna, 4 months, down 53 pounds. Good gracious. Great job. Awesome. Appreciate that, Hannah. Tammy says Octavia ends up costing around $400 a month. Appreciate that comment, Nicole. I didn't read that, or I probably would have shut up a lot sooner. Thank you. Yeah, Nicole, you can reach out to Joni or somebody if you don't know how, and they can start your journal all over on day one. Yeah, Lisa Young, we have peak members who have left and opted for gastric bypass, and I know there are success stories with gastric bypass, but I've yet to find, but I don't want to say I found any, but I'm sure I found 1 or 2 through 20 years of doing this. But for the most part, I could name you 20, 30 people that had that surgery and gained all of their weight back and are very unhealthy now. Karen says she tried Octavia, expensive. You buy their food, and it is a low carb program, which is that part's fine because they're controlling insulin. It sounds like it's a decent program. It just I don't know how. I know for me, even the stuff we sell, if I had to live off of some of that stuff, I couldn't do it. I have to have real food. I use that stuff as a on-the-go quick fix when I need it. Rhonda McDonald, I lost 100 pounds in 8 months. Goodness gracious, that ain't pretty fast. That's blazing fast. But quit journaling, gain some back. I did that too once upon a time, not no more. Kristen says, learning to rest my digestive system was a key thing for me. I was raised to be a grazer. I'm so thankful. I think that the fasting that we teach and preach about that's popular these days, the no grazing, it may be physiologically the most important thing that we teach. Yeah, Nicole, if that was you said 40 to 65 in 6 months is not a problem with strict adherence to the program. Now, when I say strict, that doesn't mean hard. I don't feel Shibboleth is hard. I ate such delicious foods. Restaurants, fast food. I got a quarter pounder the other day. It was the best thing ever. I just didn't have any bread with it. I could have had my bread, but I just love this program. I'm biased, but I love it. Yeah. Hannah, good job. Yeah, what I like about Shibboleth, I know people will argue this with me. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost anything. If anything, it saves money after you get your initial inventory. How can I say such a thing, Travis? I buy Hebrew National Franks. You was already buying some kind of weenie. So all I did is the money I spent, I had to redirect and buy different products. So actually, Shibboleth costs nothing. We actually pay people to lose weight because we invest in them. Yeah. You never have to eat a single Shibboleth store product. You can get everything you need from the grocery store. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I wasn't meaning to kick you. Again, if you and I was talking alone, but I know how many people feel that same way, and we just get tired of this fight, this battle. We want to get this weight off. What is the quickest route? And I totally understand, and that's why I go on the rants for everybody, because you're not the only one that asks these questions. Shelly asked a different question. How did I come up with the name Shibboleth? I don't know that y'all want me to tell you because I'm long-winded. It's a very personal thing to me and for me. If Shelly, if y'all really want me to, other than to just say it's in the Bible, I'm happy to tell you. I love telling the story, but I've been told in the past to quit telling it because I get emotional about it. It's a very, very long story for me. I'll just leave it in short. It's a biblical word. Many years ago, God gave me a thought on that word Shibboleth, not Shibboleth, but Shibboleth. And when we started Shibboleth 2013, Holy Spirit brought it back to my mind and let me know that was the Holy Spirit's plan for my life all along. And there's a story behind that. In the Bible, it was a type of password, if you will. The Gileadites were at war with the Ephraimites. In this story, the Gileadites, the good guys, the Ephraimites, the bad guys. And the Ephraimites kept getting in the camp of the Gileadites and sending spies and such. So the Gileadites said, to keep them out, the enemy out of our camp, we're going to have a password. And they come up with a password, Shibboleth. And the enemy still intercepted the password. But when they would try to get into the camp of the Gileadites, the Ephraimites could not pronounce it. They stole the password, but they couldn't pronounce it. They would say Shibboleth. And that's how the Gileadites would know there was a spy in the camp. But that had some spiritual significance for me because of things that I had been through. And that's why we named it. I used to be called Thrive Weight Loss. So I have, I think, the oldest trademark out there. You know, there's many Thrives now, but I have the oldest Thrive Nutrition and Wellness trademark. But I no longer have that company. So started as Thrive, and now we're Shibboleth, Shibby-Doo. It's a long story to that, but I love telling it when people don't mind me being long-winded. Yeah, Nicole said, I just need direction. And see, we've solved that problem. I don't know if people will buy in, but we've solved it. So I try to solve every reasonable problem. So how does one get direction for free? That's the problem I had to solve. You have to, because people will not pay for it. They won't pay me for it. I've tried. So what we did was come up with a program that's recorded that one, if they're self-motivated, can do and learn. We've come up with one that's live where I can answer questions live and keep people moving forward. After they watch a few videos, I can answer specific questions and personalize the program. Or we offer free one-on-one. So I don't know any other way to offer direction other than one-on-one with me, and people would get people would pay me for it, but it just never felt right. And then I would end up, when they said they couldn't afford it, but they still needed my help, I would end up doing it for free. So I just started, you know, we have free mentoring, one-on-one. We have group classes. We have these classes. We have recorded classes. I feel like that no one on planet Earth can come up with a reasonable excuse not to do our program and not to lose weight. If anybody can think of something, some reasonable reason why, some new tool or resource that you need that we don't have, I challenge you to come up with it. If you think we don't, it's probably because you don't know that we have it. When I take my vitamins in the morning, I need to eat a little something or they make me feel bad. Good vitamins will. Good vitamins will make you nauseous. If your vitamins don't make you feel a little something on an empty stomach, they're not too potent. Is there anything I can eat that it wouldn't count as an eating episode? No. Whatever you would eat that would be robust enough to help you not get that nauseous feeling is going to be an eating episode. Yeah, you always, and here's, Nadine, here would be my challenge to you, or my challenge question. Why would you not want to just take your vitamin with you're going to eat something approved in a 24-hour period. Is there a reason you feel that you need to take them in the morning? That would be my question, then we can unpack that. Kiera. If I hadn't sidelined myself for over a year, I would probably be close to go, but I did and gained everything, and it wasn't this program's fault. I got complacent and lazy, but I learned when I lost 93 pounds, the lifestyle works. I need to rip off the knob. I'm glad you're back. since the end of May has lost another 50 pounds. Great job. Fantastic. Yes, Nicole, we've got there's two things you can do, Nicole. We started group one. It's a limited group size. Group one is going into their third week. Group two is going into their second week. We're close to having enough to start a third group. We're not quite there. We have to have 40 to start. So you could catch up with group two before Monday night's class, Monday night at 8:15, but you'd have to watch the recording and get caught up. Or you can wait a couple of weeks and start new with a fresh group, but we need to put you on the waiting list. So if you could send an email to group, not groups, but group, let me type that in. If you'll send an email just showing interest, Sasha will take that and add you to the list, and we'll notify you as soon as that new group is ready to start. That's the new way we're teaching next year, and we're trying to work that out now. I'll be hosting probably 3 to 4 groups a day, beginners, intermediate, and advanced, where they start together and finish together. We're trying to mimic what I did for years as best as you can through technology, where we had people come into a series of classes in a brick and mortar center. So we're trying to duplicate that, carry them through a series of classes where a group starts together and finishes together. And you can send in to group@myshibboleth.com and we'll get you started in group 3 if you like. Hey, Susan, we're not sure yet. We just fit them in where we can. But I'll try to keep that in mind. Judy says, I know you said Happy Juice is coming. Will it be a class or during our 11 session? It will be a class. I suspect that we'll host it, the first one next Friday at some point. On Friday is the plan, if we don't have any disruption in our schedule. We'll post that schedule soon enough. But yeah, we'll do a Happy Juice class so that we make sure that people understand both the benefits and the potential liabilities of the product, because it is an addictive product. And I don't think it's for everybody. You don't need it to lose weight. It goes back to Octavia. It's just, I like to share things with people that have been a benefit to me. What has it helped with me? It has helped with my depression. It has helped with my pain, my physical pain, which is significant. It's helped give a euphoric, happy feeling. And it has all but not give me no appetite, but shut down my appetite to help me get roughly the leanest weight I've ever been. So I feel like the pros of it outweigh the cons, but people with underlying heart disease, pacemakers, things that's not caffeine, but things of that nature, they need to stay away from it. And then they also need to understand it's very addictive in its nature because of the receptors in the body that it clings to. It's not dangerous really, but it can be addictive. So we have to let people know. I don't have to let people know that. I could just get people hooked on it and sell a lot of it. But I want people to know, because to me, anything that has addictive potential outside of the Holy Spirit, you need to let people know that so that they don't become enslaved by anything. You'll have to take days off of Happy Juice. If you don't, then it could cause some gastrointestinal distress down the road. Can't order it yet, Liz, because I want people to know of the serious consequences of overindulgence in happy juice. This is powerful plant alkaloids. And I did my research and due diligence on these particular strains. And Sasha and I, we overdosed on it purposely. And then we had our blood work done to make sure that our liver function was optimal. And it was. Then we took a risk and put a couple more people on it, Charles Grant being one of them. Charles is here today. And we put Charles, who just lost 100 pounds, we put Charles on Happy Juice and told him about the potential consequences. And Charles did his blood work and his liver come back fine too. But we want to let everybody know, because I don't want 3 months later people mad at me because they addicted. You know? Plus, we need to. There are really harmful strains of it on the marketplace, and we have to help people identify. This is going to be a fad soon. We're usually on the front end of it. It's going to be a fad, and it's going to be dangerous because many of the strains on the marketplace are not sourced purely. They're not pure. So you need to be aware of that, because if you try to bargain shop this stuff, you'll get your liver in trouble. Charles says his actually improved. Good deal. I'm having some now. That's why I'm so mentally sharp today, Nicole. I'm just kidding. Anybody else? Not a real problem with the kidneys. I don't know how to say this, TMI, if you start having too much, if you have a little too much, you're going to have some of the biggest bowel movements you ever had in your life. If you have way too much, you may not can birth that thing. I'll just put it that way. Hannah, I asked about hemp heart crumbles on Greek yogurt as a condiment. Greek plain yogurt and hemp heart crumbles. A tablespoon would be fine if you'll do that, Hannah. Tablespoon as a condiment. No, close to no sugar yogurt shouldn't be a problem. Does Happy Juice taste good? No, it tastes like crap. Just telling you the truth. It tastes terrible. But that's part of the class that I'm going to give, is on the things that I mix with it. It does dilute it some. You'll get a better jolt from it without dilution, but it tastes terrible. So if you put it with a couple of things that I put it with, then it tastes okay. It tastes pretty good. No, it's not apple cider vinegar. It's not like that. Nadine, I recommend that you take Metabolic Nutrition System. Vitamin C is water soluble. It shouldn't cause you nausea. Vitamin D3 is fat soluble. It can cause some nausea on an empty stomach. I can only tell you what I do with my vitamins to prevent nausea. I take pack 1 on an empty stomach, and I take pack 2 usually with my dinner. And then I don't have a problem. If you are, I'm sorry. I never take pack 2 on an empty stomach. But you get to eat. So I think earlier I think that was your question. The concern was, can I have something to eat with my vitamins that isn't an eating episode? Why? I'm still not sure why we would do that when we do get to eat on this program. Just wait and take pack 2, or take your vitamin and minerals and fish oil take it with one of your eating episodes. Nadine, are you eating at least once a day, right? Could you possibly wait and take your vitamins with that meal? In fact, most vitamins, fat-soluble vitamins, you don't even absorb them without consuming fat in a meal. So it's very important that we take our vitamins with a meal. A lot of people don't know that. If you take most vitamins on an empty stomach, you're not going to absorb them in a beneficial way. You'll absorb them and get nauseous, but you need to eat food, real food, with your vitamin. I won't even take my vitamins with a meal replacement bar or shake. I make sure it's with my real food. Yeah, so if you're having 2 meals, Nadine, could you take your vitamins with one of those meals rather than on an empty stomach? Shanda's taking her pack 2 an hour after eating episode. I'd be surprised if you don't feel a little nausea, but it's probably you haven't really even got through the second phase of digestion in 2 hours. So that's probably why that's working out, Shanda. You raise another good point, Shanda. You've been taking them for 2 years, and your body, even if I were taking them on an empty stomach, my body would eventually adjust. But I just don't like that nauseous feeling that I get. I don't even want to pay the price for a while to get to where they don't bother me. I'd rather just have my pack 2 or my vitamins with a meal. Yeah, do you remember, Shanda, the old M&S in the silver box? I was a customer when M&S, the product, yeah, it was 4 packs. When M&S was the first, their first box, the silver box. Anybody else? My friend Kevin Wehunt, he was fit and lean and I wasn't. And he put me on Spark. He tore the pack open, put it in a water bottle, and I loved it. And then he gave me a pack of M&S and I was off to the races many years ago. I was a customer before Charlie Regis passed away. That's how long I've been around. Anyone else? Any other questions before we go? Did everybody get something out of this today? Our next session, of course, will be tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. It's partners only, a way for us to support our partners that are supporting us. We'll have, Sasha and I will be hosting the live exercise session, and we'll go through the progressive exercise feature on the website again, but then we'll go into the exercise room, go over the exercises we've been going over, but we'll be adding a couple of ground up exercises to rebuild the body from the ground up. Every week we plan on adding a couple of more exercises and going over why one should incorporate those exercises. So hope to see some of you tomorrow. We'll notify you right before we go live. Wrangler asked, what is the timing for the Battle Buddies? I don't know if I know. I probably can just go there and unpack your question. I'm not sure I totally understand your question, but I'll show you. Each day, the results are tabulated by 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the last time that I talked to the developer. So to see the results, we go to Progress, progress, and we go to Battle Buddies, and you'll see right here all of my Battle Buddies, and it has not been tabulated yet. If I go down far enough, got a lot of Battle Buddies going. You can see that some are beginning to calculate. It'll say calculating when it's almost time to post the results. Then once the results are posted, you'll see here who won. Like here, I had one with Karen Klein. Karen beat the brakes off of me. And you can see here, she just destroyed me on that particular day. I didn't do anything I was supposed to but steps, and she beat the tar out of me. So hope that answers that question. Yeah, they're calculating. Usually about 3 p.m. The preceding day's battle is then posted the next day at about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I remember correctly. Any idea when our new awesome vitamin will be available? We don't know exactly when. Before the end of the year. Hard to believe that I'm saying that, end of the year, but it is upon us. All right, y'all, I appreciate your time today. Oh, we got a private one real quick. Nope, it wasn't, just a thank you. All right, we love y'all in the Lord. I hope you have a great day, and pray about becoming a partner. www.helpshibboleth.com, www.helpshibboleth.com. I'm gonna end up having to see about 37,000 people by myself. I need my team. We got a great team. Y'all support them, support us. www.helpshibboleth.com. Thank y'all so much, and God bless you. Love you too.